And we're back. Allison,
Yes.
everything working for you?
I think my screen is showing. Can you see me actually?
Your video is perfectly clear and lovely background with flowers.
Right.
I only see a white screen. Is that right? It should be a white screen.
No,
So,
it's a PowerPoint.
so
I just
for
had confirmation that Rana is seeing my screen.
let me just, I don't know. Can you go to the next slide?
Sure. Let me actually start PowerPoint.
It is a white screen. Rana is saying it is a white screen. Okay, I would recommend the music to be a little bit like down. Okay,
Okay.
so it won't distort your reading.
Right.
That's what. And we might be experiencing something that happened to the previous presenter, Mubarak. He had an incompatibility problem. So the best way is to upload to Drive or Google Slides and share it, open it from there. Or you can email it to either me or Rana, and we run the show from our ends.
Okay. I think I'll have to take a minute to do that. I'll email it to
Yeah.
you, Hannah.
This is one option that actually we went for with Mubarak, and it worked. The moment I received it, I uploaded it.
Awesome. Yeah, I noticed that actually. Okay, so let me see what I can do on that. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, the music now is better. Yes, that's a lot better. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right. Just give me a second here.
Take your time. We're fine. We're perfectly fine.
Okay, great. Actually, this is the last session, so we don't have a lot of time pressure of the next session coming up, right?
Right.
When you say Rana, do you mean
Rana Khan?
Rana Khan? All right, the one and only.
Yeah, of course.
I was just with her in another meeting, so we're both hopping around.
We were on Messenger, and she told me the secret. It's a triple C kind of a meeting, I think, as far as I remember. I don't know what this stands for, but
Triple C. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I'm about to send it. It's going to send you a Google Drive link.
Perfect.
It's a little bit on the large size.
It happens. It happens. Yeah.
So when are you going to delight us again with more of your Hollywood charades?
Well, I'm taking a little bit of rest, and I'm not sure I'm going to survive. Everybody is saying, okay, till tomorrow. I'm just hoping I'll survive till tomorrow. Then we make big decisions about Hollywood, Bollywood, and the rest of the world.
Right.
Survive till tomorrow is my goal. I think Hind Ilyas was the one who said it. No, it was Fatma. Fatma Ali said, daily goals so you don't overwhelm yourself.
I like it. One day at a time.
Exactly. So that's the years, not to disappoint myself. I feel great one day at a time. Survive.
I like that. I like that.
Enjoy
right. I'm chunking on a 24-hour basis.
Yeah, I mean, people are chunking, compartmentalizing. I mean, there are so many techniques. So it's just take it easy.
Well, I'm sure this has been you've done an amazing job organizing all the details of this conference. So I don't blame you for being one day at a time right now. Okay, I'm about to send this to you. Hi, Hannah. I guess I better add Rana to it just in case. All right. It says now Tissot. Here it comes. Oh, share with 2 people. I'm actually sending it with editing just in case for some reason you have to.
It's just come in. Excellent. So
Great.
it's gonna open. Opening.
So I'll have to tell you when to advance the slides and all.
Sure, yeah. I'll try my best to synchronize. Okay, for starters, so I can see that in colors, bright colors. Now I'm gonna screen share to ensure that this is the one you got. All right. You got some background, I think, yeah, so I should check anyway, just in case.
It's only the first 3 slides have the background music.
Yeah, so that's why I'm checking that, so it shows, I hope. All right, allow me to just shut off my video so I don't take much of the screen. Great. And there we go. So open the slideshow. Just a second. Need to organize the screen. Dismiss. And there we go. If we can possibly show it from here. It's view, view, view. That's right. Present. Good. Is that what you want?
Yes, please.
Okay. So you just give me a cue next by number of slides, okay?
Okay, how about if I give you thumbs up?
Okay, now I need to make sure you're in full screen. So thumbs up, okay? So
looks like thumbs up to me.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, just wanted to welcome you. And I'm really big on, be forewarned, I'm big on colors and emotions because this makes memorable learning. Go ahead, Hannah. Can you go ahead and advance the slide?
Yeah, but I haven't introduced you, Allison. Is that appropriate?
Oh, okay. All right.
Not caught up in the technical part. And at the same time, I realized something else. We need to record this for the record. All right. So.
Oh, that's true. Okay, sure.
So now that we realize we don't have tech problems. All right. So number 1, let me introduce our dear friend, Allison Larkin Kushki. And she is a friend and colleague from Tisal Gulf, working in Kuwait with our dear friend Rana Khan. So it was just like, karma, just meeting both ladies, and the email you sent me entitled Heaven. It really, I teared up that night reading your beautiful email, somebody taking the time to really share their reactions to some activity, no matter what, is something I was really touched indeed.
Right. I was amazed by your performance of your whole, many of your members there, performing in side by side Zoom mode, different scenes from movies. And then we all guessed which movie it was. It was very engaging.
You are so great. Okay, Allison is a senior language educator at the American University of Kuwait, transitioning to head of culture at AIE or AIE class. Is it Ikhlas?
Yeah,
Al-Ikhlas.
Al-Ikhlas.
International. Al-Ikhlas. You know Arabic, don't you? I a little bit or quite a bit?
Yeah, I understand almost everything and I can express myself somehow, but let's say creatively.
Yeah, because the way you pronounce was quite articulate. Al-Ikhlas International Education. Allison celebrates language through literature, drama, and the arts. She holds an MA in cultural and linguistic anthropology from the University of Wisconsin, Madison, and is pursuing doctoral studies. Where are you pursuing that, Allison?
That's at University of Bath in the UK.
Interesting indeed. You know, that's a field of interest, anthropology, but it's digital anthropology. That's my interest indeed.
Really? Digital anthropology. That should be very interesting.
Terribly. Maybe one day I'll fulfill my dream and study that, who knows. So yeah, I don't want to keep the audience from watching your artistic performance. We're all so much looking forward. So everyone, let's
it's good to be
back
here.
Watch, of course. Just a
So we're a bit late getting started. I guess it's okay if I go a little bit over my allotted half hour. Yeah, I just wanted to welcome everyone. My previous slide was a welcome slide, and here we are again. I just love the colors and the diversity. And I just attended a meeting of TESOL International, which was all about how can we achieve diversity. And that's a very important point nowadays. So that's why I have this here. Okay, Hannah, let's go ahead. Right, again, repeating the message. All are welcome here. Okay, Hannah, we can go ahead. So here we are. Here's the actual, if you go back, Hannah, one slide to the title. Yeah, let me hover on this for a minute. Next one, forward. Yeah, you can just stay here for a second. So this is, my presentation is called Poetry in the Pandemic. Social emotional language learning for well-being. I guess everyone knows that social emotional learning is very important nowadays because our students are not able to socialize as they normally would, and they can't demonstrate who they are in a normal way. However, poetry can help. Okay, let's go forward, Hannah. Yeah, language and life skills via identity poetry. They learn a lot of language and they're going to actually perform it. So there'll be life skills. Now, anyone can benefit from this lesson from age 7 to 177. So you might wonder why 170. I wanted sevens in it. I wanted it to be parallel. And then I thought, well, 77, but that's no, well, 107. Anyway, that's how I ended up with 170s. Anyone can benefit in a traditional classroom or a virtual classroom. This can be done both ways. Oh, they're waving. Okay, Hannah, we can go ahead. So this writing, it's a poetry writing project. It has 3 main parts: write the poem, perform the poem, and digitize the poem. So there's your, Hannah, your digital anthropology there. Writing, performing, digitizing. Okay, let's go forward. So we'll start with writing the poem. And then the question, why would anyone want to do that? There's actually 3 big reasons. We're going to get language skills, self-discovery through this identity poem, and then the third one, social emotional learning. Our students are not able to project their identity in a normal way because they can't socialize with each other face-to-face in class. So this is a way of kind of balancing that scale. Okay, Hannah, let's go ahead. So a lot of benefits. Just a bit more about the benefits of poetry, language benefits, vocabulary and pronunciation, intonation, tone, stress, a lot of aspects of 5 senses and emotions. You're engaging and involving the emotions and the 5 senses. Poetic devices like imagery, alliteration, personification, all those things we once studied. Cognitive affective balance, that means intellectual and emotional. They're using their intellect, but their emotions are involved. Oh, best of all, play, freedom to play with language. In this case, they don't have as many grammatical rules controlling them, and they can play. So that's poetry. What about identity poems? What's good about that? Yes, when they write about their identity, it introduces nature, their childhood, and their culture. They discover themselves. Students discover themselves, express themselves, accept themselves through their poem. And the last one, social emotional learning by writing an identity poem. A lot of benefits in terms of language and life skills. So what will we need in case you ever do this lesson? It's actually very, very easy. I mean, it can be done on a laptop or it can be done on paper. If you do it on paper, you just need 2 sheets of paper and a pen or pencil. Real easy. So inspiration to get started. Who am I? In this poem, students will contemplate who am I? I'll just read a little bit of that. Who am I? Am I a bad person? Am I honest? Or am I the opposite of me? Or am I only an illusion? Am I an angel, a ghost? Am I alive? A person inside another person? Who am I? Am I a mirage? Am I caught? Am I afraid of myself? I love that line, afraid of myself. Or am I the best of me? Am I dead? Am I made of darkness or light? Am I in love? Who am I? So you get the idea. So how will we do it? It's going to be as easy as A, B, C. That's the good thing about this. It's really easy. Oh, somehow or other that got twisted around. I mean, in my original, it was correct, but we've changed platforms here. But you still get the idea. So step 1, you just write the letters from A to Z on your paper. And step 2, for each letter, add a description. You can try an adjective or anything. You could say, I am A, amazing. I am A, an apple. Whatever you like. That's why anyone can do this, even children and adults. Okay, step 3, add details we can visualize. Keyword is visualize, and also add when, if, because, as soon as. For example, I am A, amazing. Now I'm adding when I swim in the shimmering sea. When you add when or because, you automatically get great details. Okay, Hannah. Oops, I think I repeated that slide. Yeah. So step 4, we want to add imagery. You might remember, let's remember the Arabic. We probably have Arabic speakers here. Ta'bir mujazi. How did you like that, Hannah? Ta'bir mujazi.
I'm impressed. Okay. So
but that would be in Egyptian Arabic. It would be mugazi, ta'bir mugazi.
Yeah, but I mean, the way you pronounce it, you know what you're doing.
I know. Oh, thanks. I love imagery. So I wanted to get that across to the students. And here's the great thing. When we do poetry, we have here in the Arab world, it's really, really a respected part of the culture here. And it wasn't that many decades or generations ago that people would get together and recite poetry, and it was considered a great art. So even now there are competitions, and everyone respects poetry. So they all, when you say ta'bir mujazi, they, oh yeah, we get that. So I'll just read a little bit of, this is an actual poem written by a student in Kuwait, and I have her permission. Always going left when other people are going right. Bright like a diamond in the dark. Isn't that beautiful? And the rhythm of it, like a diamond, bright like a diamond in the park, in the dark. Reminds me of the maybe iambic pentameter, I think it's called, type of rhythm. Capable, but what I love is line 4. It's very shocking, made me think. I'll never stop thinking. Daring like a disease in a child's body. It's frightening somehow. Okay, Hannah, we can go forward. So step 4 is imagery. So now we have, there's me, and we have steps for writing, doing this whole thing. Either it can be done in traditional or virtual classroom, and it's about personal identity. Okay, we can go forward, Hannah. We're going to see now steps one by one. Okay, this will work in a traditional or virtual. First one, we just said, you add adjectives. Then let your students discuss it in pairs. Then they add the details, like when, if, when you're with me. Enhance with imagery. And then I have to move my little chat box. And then they should practice, because they're going to perform and engage with their peers. You have to make it so that the peers are involved. Let the students evaluate the performance of their peers. Next one is going to be, this is where they digitize. They get their photos and add it to a digital version. And the last one, the little dancers there, I like to call that, waiting for that to come up. Yeah, marvel at elated learning. I like to use the word elated learning, and they can marvel at that, and that's why they're dancing. Okay, so we just talked about the steps for writing and performing and digitizing the poem. Now we'll just go through them one by one. The first step, that's add adjectives. And you can see from the example, I am A, astonishing. I am B, brave. I am C, creative. I am D, different. I am E, exceptional. I am F, fabulous. I am S, go down to S, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. The student actually wrote this. Okay, so this is the adjective phase. Again, very easy to do. Go ahead, Hannah. Second step was let your students discuss their adjectives with each other. Discuss it in pairs. Choose 2 adjectives. Or you're brave. What do you mean by that? When are you brave? How? And give examples to each other. It's a really good step. Okay, go ahead, hon. Next one is to add details, which we referred to before. When, if, but, although. We'll add details. For example, I am amazing when I sleep on time. Oh, we're doing now adverb clauses. They're getting grammar, language, and representing their lives. Okay, go ahead, Hannah. Now, imagery, as we had said. I'll just choose something from here. I'm P, precise like the Hobbit's ring. Q, quiet, but wait until I sing. S, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. T, talented. I am talented, but you can't see that. Anyway, yes, she's adding all of the poetic devices. Go ahead, hon. Now, the next step, okay, they've written the poem. Now they're going to perform the poem, and last of all, will be digitized. Now, I have this this young lady who she allowed me to share her video. She's actually advising other students how to practice. So I think you, Hannah, if you click on the actual video, it's on the image of the young lady.
If you can possibly play it audio from your side, because this has been uploaded to Google Slides, so not necessarily would it be clickable unless you upload the video itself. That's going to be rather time consuming. Do you have it online?
No.
So maybe play it audio from your end. That would work.
Okay. Just give me a second here. That's a good suggestion. Okay. I'm going to increase my volume. And her image is still up. Let me know if you can hear this.
Hello everyone, my name is Zainab.
Whoops.
And I am a graduation student from the Access program. As you know, Ms. Ellison came to us in our last course and we gained a lot of things from her amazing words, experience, poems, big knowledge, and her feelings. So I learned some steps that could help you while you are performing. 1. Stand up straight and be yourself. Do not hunch your back and look forward. 2. Choose words that are deep in the mind of the listener. 3. Be yourself. Do not imitate another person. Learn from the others, but do not imitate. Each person has his own mark. 4. Make sure your voice is clear to the listener, and do not rush while you are receiving poetry. 5. Use your facial expressions. They are very important. 6. Try to practice the poem in front of mirror. It will give you the boldness you need to present in front of the audience. And finally, I wish you the best luck.
Could you hear that?
Yes, we could, and it was beautifully read by her, or narrated by her.
Yeah, I was really touched when she went out of her way after doing the poetry project herself to advise other students. I thought that was amazing. So I'm going to stay in this mode because in the next slide we have a young lady who's actually performing in class. And so go ahead, advance the slide, Hannah, and I'll be able to play the video. This is the young lady who wrote the poem about bright like a diamond in the dark, and D, daring like a disease in a child's body. She has some amazing. Now, the students are really having a good time. You might find this surprising, like how much fun they're having. But that's okay. I'm glad they were having fun. So I will play, I think you see the perform slide, right, Hannah, now?
That's right. Perform in traditional classroom or virtual breakout rooms.
Yes, this can be done in the breakout room the way Niall Tisal did with the charades, with each person individually, or a traditional classroom. Oh, and they should choose music to go with their poetry reading, which is a very powerful part of it. I don't think we hear her music very well, but here we go.
A, always going left whenever people are going right. I am B, bright like a diamond in the dark. Oh, I am C, capable of ruling a city like the first queen. I am D. I am D, staring like death inside an old sword. I am E, evil like a bossy Viking in the medieval. I am F, focused like a camera lens. Ready to shoot. I am G, goofy because it spreads good laughs. I am H, hating on haters. I am I, irritated from the negative souls. I am J, just here for the fun. I am K, kind of in the mood for pizza. I am L, lovable like a fluffy teddy bear. I am M, Mercury, poisonous but important. I am N, never going to achieve my dreams unless I wake up. I am O, on my way to earn success. I am P, persistent.
Yeah, that's it was cut short a little bit, but everyone had a lot of fun. So I'll come back to you now, Hannah. And now we get to peer engage. The thing is, when one student is performing their poem, it's very important to engage the other students. They should be doing something, not simply listening. I think those students in that class were not as engaged as I'd like, but so there's a great system where they listen to the other poems and they try to capture verbs, alliteration, imagery. Like there's an imagery column on that sheet. Going each line is for a student. So we had that was a big class. There were 20 performers, and they were supposed to listen, write down the name of the performer, listen to that. Check for adjectives. So that way they're learning adjectives, strong adjectives, whether fantastic, gorgeous, not just good or bad. One of the objectives was to use specific adjectives. Verbs, like instead of walking or running, dashing, they were trying to capture that. Alliteration, the third column, that's kind of left blank because that's hard. Not many students had it, but imagery, oh, they got it, and they did create amazing imagery. So this is how you engage the other students while this is going on. Okay. Now, what I love, this is peer evaluate. What I loved was that I did this project actually in Bahrain, and the students themselves suggested the criteria after practicing and all being involved. They said, well, what would be the criteria of a good performance? And they themselves came up with this, and I can read it. In engagement, is the person engaged? And then voice. They thought that voice was a very, very big deal. And comments of person, presentation skills, and oh, the last, I couldn't believe they came up with this, from the heart. Is it from the heart? Just shows how sophisticated students can be when given a chance, that they would come up with a criteria like that and be aware of that. So yeah, it's great to have their own rubric. Okay, Hannah. Okay, now we're going to the digital part. They wrote it, they performed it, and now digitizing. A good quote: digital media represent the world rather than simply, they are the world. There's your digital anthropology, Hannah. Okay, we can go through. Yeah, so how they do it, there's a free mobile app called InShot, which that can be downloaded from the App Store and Google Play, and it's fabulous. And let's see, what do they do with that? Oh, this is just, oh, I have to play this. You won't be able to see it. The images are just fantastic, but you'll only hear the audio. It won't play, right, Hannah?
Well, the same, unless it's uploaded online, it
Right.
won't. You don't have it like on YouTube or some portal drive.
No.
It's not there, so it won't work. You can share a link later if you wish, after uploading to drive. Okay.
But for now, I'll
For
play the
now,
audio.
audio for now.
It's the same girl with the same poem, like a disease in a child's body. She said, I'm poison like mercury. She just had some fantastic things to say. But when she digitized it, it turned out fantastic. And you'll hear the audio, you'll hear her reading it, pronunciation, musical background, intonation, stress, rhythm. The images are fantastic, but hopefully we'll see them another time. Here we go.
I am A, always going left whenever people are going right. I am B, bright like a diamond in the dark. I am C, capable of ruling a city like a fierce queen. I am D, daring like a disease in a child's body. I am E, evil like a bossy Viking in the medieval. I am F, focused like a camera lens, ready to capture my future. I am G, goofy because it spreads good laughs. I am H, hating on haters. I am I, in the wilderness, looking for my own purpose. I am J, just here for the fun. I am K, kind of in the mood for pizza. I am L, lovable, like a fluffy teddy bear. I am M, Mercury, poisonous but important. I am N, never going to achieve my dreams unless I wake up. I am O, on my way to earn success. I am P, persistent, like scientists filling a chemical tube. I am Q, questioning people about the definition of love. I am R, robbery, because everyone likes flexibility. I am S, shuffling my confrontation cards, ready to attack my bullies. I am T, talented, because I got it from my awesome parents. I am U, unique, like an old, dusty antique. I am V, valuable like a treasure, hidden in an abandoned beach. I am W, wandering while watching the whole sky sparkle. I am X, experiencing new things. I am Y, young, taking way too long. I am Z, Zakia, nice to meet you.
And funny too, her name is Zakia.
Right. Zakia, nice to meet you. She even rhymed that. Yeah, very great pronunciation, great creativity, imagery, performance, platform skills. She really had it all. So experiential learning. So just briefly, how do you create? Okay, you download the InShot app on your phone, and it goes basically like this. You can add photos and images from your gallery or from Google. Then you record your voice, and students have to recite their poem with their best pronunciation, so they get pronunciation practice. Then they're going to type it, type their poem to correspond to the images, and they add music that reflects their personal identity. So it's an amazing synthesis of skills and results. And now the video is saved in your phone gallery. All you have to do is share it and enjoy. I'm closing now. I'm closing with this quote. I think this is a very important quote, so I want to dwell on it just for a second. It's by Steve Jobs, and we all consider Steve Jobs as a beacon of creativity in tech. But the thing was that his life was not limited to tech. He also had a very strong emotional and artistic side. He even went to India to find out what people in other cultures think. And I think he was so appreciative of diversity. And that was probably his key, his golden key. So what he says is that technology alone is not enough. It's technology married with the liberal arts, married with the humanities, that yield us the results that make our hearts sing. And that's why I do a lot of work teaching through the arts, because it makes your heart sing. You've got technology, humanities, and the liberal arts all together. And even Steve Jobs said that's the way to go. Okay, I think I have just one more, my references. Yep, and there's my email in case it's wonderful to work with you. Send me your poem and I will give you feedback if anyone wants to write one. And then my references, Hannah.
Wow. Wow. So you can walk us through writing a poem?
Well, as the presentation showed, all you need is 2 pieces of paper and a pen or pencil. Then you write A through Z on the left column. Then you start with adjective. I'm A, amazing. I'm B, brave. I'm C, creative. Then you add when or if. I am creative if you believe in me. It's just amazing. Well, I'll just share what was one of my favorite lines that ever came across my desk. When a young man wrote for A, he wrote, I am A, afraid of losing you. It was just a few words, but I couldn't believe that he would reveal his vulnerability like that in the first line. Just so much more. And his B line was, I am B, betrayed by my own family. I mean, this guy was going to great depths, to great in less than 10 words. He'd already written 2 novels.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
It just takes something that simple to trigger creativity and inspiration in people.
yes. The thing is, it's so simple to do. Poetry is not much used in language teaching because people think that, well, it would be extremely complex. Poetry appreciation, like reading poetry that's done by Emily Dickinson or whomever, it's a fine art, and perhaps is beyond our foundation students. True. And writing poetry would be normally beyond them as well. But this is a very simple poem that really takes them deep into their identity at a time when they need ways of conveying their identity in the pandemic.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. I'm really touched. And I'm really sort of like, I feel like I got into the depth of myself this evening. Thank you for walking me through, all of us. And I think it's time to open microphones and cameras now. We're all, 18 in this room. Whoever would like to share, please do. Let's have a free-flowing wrap-up discussion for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
maybe
let's have a free-for-all. This is the last session of the night, a free-for-all.
Yeah, let's party if you wish and close the evening. So anybody with a camera. So again, if you wish to switch that on for a group photo, of course, We always like to have a photo at the very end. Yes, so Georgius is here. Yeah, our dear.
I hope you're not falling asleep, Habibi.
Well, he's a survivor.
Right, right.
You should have seen him in the morning. Okay, now he looks a lot better.
Yes, he's rising and shining step by
Yes,
step,
seems
gradually.
like a
Grad-
night owl. I can relate to those people, night
yeah.
owls. So Heike, okay, let me check with your status here. Yes, you got it now, and it's on its way. So anybody else? Yeah, we got it. Okay, Heike. And anybody else? Group photo time. Are you sure? Rob,
Ready,
Khadija, Mubarak, anybody? Uh, okay. Just if you're one of the attendees and you wish to like speak or something, you can raise a hand to alert me. So maybe ask you to all. I think there is a way to unmute everyone, right? I'll do that. All right. And let's pause. How do we unmute everybody? I saw it.
and I can
Can't
show what I'm doing,
Oh,
listening to webinars.
wow. Wow. That's beautiful. Can you walk us through that process one day, like you did with that activity? All right. Walk us through that kind of art. Yeah. Allow to unmute
It's that
themselves.
big
Now
bunch
everyone can unmute.
pen.
Wow.
Word miracle.
Wow. Lovely. I mean, I just love that. It reminds me of the good old days. I loved coloring.
I don't doodle, then I don't like, I get into multitasking and then I get exhausted. But this way I can keep listening till late at night, even though it is late at night. I mean, you hear
Great
my voice, I'm really
suggestion.
tired.
So Heike, you're like coloring and drawing as you're watching the sessions?
Yeah, and as I said, if I don't color and draw, I tend to not listen properly. I
Oh,
tend
that's
to
amazing.
multitask. I tend to look at my emails, and
Yeah.
so this way I'm relaxed and listen. And I really enjoyed your session. Oh, Alison, it was so wonderful.
Thank you so much.
It was enchanting.
Yeah, it was great, Allison.
Thank you.
And that's amazing, Heike. That's really interesting.
That's amazing, and that's a very important tip, Heike. I mean, like, because all of us are in sessions nowadays. I think when you focus on something, a simple focus, it helps your mind to focus somehow. It's amazing. Yeah, great.
Yeah. It's so, I mean, I love the tips you give guys here. It's like people take these things for granted. You shouldn't. Yeah, you keep reminding us all the time of these little things that we can do. Makes a whole world of difference at these hard times. Thank you for that. Allison, that was real special. Yeah, I really enjoyed listening to the way
So
he actually narrated the whole thing.
let me tell you, when they start performing in class, after they've written their poem and they're going to perform, and the first person, so I always give extra credit for the first person who volunteers, because it's quite, a step for them. And the first person steps up and plays the first note of his music and reads the first line. I am able to, I'm the architect of my future. But with the music, you could feel the class there. It takes their breath away, like, oh, this is real. And the thing is, it's so easy to do.
It is. It is
Yeah.
easy but difficult for some people. You see what I mean? Sometimes the simplest things to you are the most challenging to others.
Well, as long as you can come up with those adjectives, it doesn't even have to be adjectives. They can say, I am B, a ball, just kick me around. They could use anything. They don't have to be restricted to add, but it's very easy to do that. And then they can add add on to that by adding if you allow me, or if I
I wish.
wish.
I wish activity. Yes, I
I
wish.
would wish to be your student.
Ah,
And
yeah.
would you be
All of
able
us.
to offer these kind of lessons to teachers?
Now, actually, it could be, and in fact, Liz England and I are planning to do something like that. Little segments of during TESOL 2021, the convention, like a little segments when we teachers can be involved in the arts for our own social emotional learning.
Mm-hmm.
We had that idea because we need that perhaps music or a short skit or writing poetry or narrating something with passion, feeling.
Asna says that's a nice idea. Well, reminds me of the idea of the stream of consciousness, like listening to music, getting in touch with your feeling, your thoughts, and try to freely express your ideas in writing. If you can get people to do that, I mean, lovely.
Yes, I find that language experiences that involve emotion, color, and socializing tend to be internalized for a long time. Storytelling, for example, storytelling. Someone has asked for my email, so I'll write it in the chat.
That's exactly, your email so they can get in touch with you on any tips. And of course, let's think out here what we can do about, like, adding a little bit of, arts. And because you're definitely right. I remember early on in the semester, last semester, when the pandemic hit us all, I was totally sort of isolated. Now, the moment I started socializing with fellow colleagues online, things have changed. And certain things like flowed, creativity started to flow. Now, the block here that I experienced and the drainage of energy, okay, went away because I was out, okay, burnt out, drained of all energy for the whole semester, unable to manage my way. And that was really weird because I had good experience in technology, instructional technology, that would not help me teach. That was like the paradoxical situation with all these years, and I was unable to teach properly. And I felt terrible and full of guilt and all you can think of throughout the semester. And the moment I left all this behind and started doing, that kind of like, creative ideas, short gatherings, coffee nights, charades and stuff, and getting in touch with people on a very informal level, very simple level, things changed 180 degrees. So yeah, I totally agree with you here and hope we keep it up. So thank you very much.
And Hannah, when did you last eat anything?
Well, I had lunch, a proper meal. Yeah, I ate. That was the break. Our time was at that. I think it was 4:30. Yeah, to 5. I had a proper meal. Yeah, I'm gonna just have.
I was
Okay.
hoping you were listening intently to hints, Maslow's
Yeah.
hierarchy of needs, the physiological one.
Well, the most pressing need now is to have a good night's sleep. That's number one on my list.
I can imagine.
And I trust you all, guys, for any reason. If I wake up late, whatever happens, you're going to take this forward. Remember, Georgia is starting at 10, so you can cover me, okay? So you have my back.
I hope so.
I'll just hand you all the tools so Georgius would start on time and life goes on.
What time does it start tomorrow?
It starts at 8 a.m. UTC, meaning 10 a.m. our time.
10 a.m.
So 11 Saudi time, Kuwait.
All the better. Okay, Georges, so you can take your time. Okay, have a big breakfast, coffee and everything. And you
by the
can
way-
run the show as well. So you're not just giving the keynote, you're sort of managing the rest of the event. Okay, keep that in mind.
Hannah, one question. If someone has requested a link to my presentation through the recording, is that possible? Not someone.
Well, the recording itself, the point
whole
is,
it'd be the whole
yeah,
recording.
so yeah, the recording is now streamed on YouTube. YouTube normally sort of creates a video recording a playback for the whole part 4. So you just check the minutes, okay, the moment you started till the very end. That's easy. You can even tag that part. The nice thing about YouTube, you can tag a particular part and say start playing from, and that gives you a link where I can help with that offline. So
Great.
until we do some video editing, I can't promise soon, but for now we can do that bit. Okay.
Yeah,
Of
can get the YouTube
technical.
link. Would be great, but that'd be
That
later
would be
after the edit.
all right. That's what we're going to do. So shall we all say good night?
Yes,
Night,
we shall.
night.
We shall. Until tomorrow, we'll be back. George will be back. I'll be back. We'll all be back. I'm sure.
Everybody's gonna be back.
Yep.
Yes.
We'll be back.
I'm
Promise.
looking forward to it.
Thank you for a
Have a
lovely.
good night, everyone.
Good
Thank you. See you in
so
the
much.
morning or later on.
Have a
Great
good
job,
night.
Hannah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Hannah, for
Bye-bye.
everything. Heike, everyone.
Everything.
Hind, Fatima, everybody. Bye-bye.
Amazing.
Bye-bye.
Fatma.
Bye.
Ending the recording and the whole thing. Bye.
Bye.